There was a season in my life where I barely recognized myself. I would wake up feeling heavy, carrying resentment I hadn't dealt with, carrying bitterness I hadn't healed from, and anger that had nowhere healthy to go. And sometimes I would snap at my children over the smallest things. I knew that my children didn't deserve this. I had no routine, I had no structure. I would just live, exist, living through my days without sense of purpose and peace. And what I did not realize was how these habits were slowly destroying my home, my children, and my purpose. But by the grace of God, one day I woke up. I did not just wake up physically, I woke up spiritually, opening my eyes to the woman who I was becoming. I had made a decision that I was going to change. I was going to become a woman of purpose. I was going to become a woman of values. Welcome, beautiful souls, to my Proverbs 31 journey. My name is Faith, and this is a safe space where we speak openly, honestly about growth, confidence, purpose, faith, healing, discipline, and becoming the very best versions of ourselves, not only on our own strength, but through God's wisdom and His word. Today, I want to get vulnerable with you as I'm going to share the habits that nearly destroyed my life and the habits that have been transforming my life and the practical steps that I took to make those changes stick. So sit, relax, grab a cup of coffee or a tea, and let's get into it. Habit number 1. This is the first habit that I had to confront myself and change. I knew that if I was not going to change that habit, I was going to become a bitter woman, the controlling of my tongue. Proverbs 18 verse 21, it says, life and death are in the power of the tongue. So, beloved sisters, beautiful souls, let's be careful of what we say with our tongue. We are either destroying a life or building a life. So the choice is yours. There was a time where I was a shouter. I used to shout at my children. The time those words left my mouth, I would already regretted them. I knew that they needed to be in a safe environment where they can bloom and flourish. And you know what? Children are like plants. They flourish in an environment that is well-nurtured. And they wither environments where it is harsh. So now, these are the 3 things that I take before I open my mouth. I take a deep breathe in. Breathing in is very important. It refreshes your mind, and you are not quick to say things that you later regret. And the second thing, I try to move away from the things that had frustrated me. I know sometimes our kids push us to the edge of saying things that we did not intentionally mean to say it. But let's guard our mouth. Let's be careful of our mouth. Sometimes we are cursing our children. by the words that we say to them. And the third one, I speak with intentional. I try to be on their level, and I try to speak with a calm voice, even though that I know that I'm frustrated. The deeper issue wasn't really about my children. It was about me. I just didn't know how to process difficult moments in a healthy way. And I had never been taught how to react in a way that is appropriate. And nobody had told me that it is okay to feel frustrated, but it is not well to unleash that frustration on people whom you love. I've seen that this habit has changed my life. Now my kids, they feel safe around me. They know that mom is a safe place, and I'm loving the fruit. The goal is not to be a perfect mom. The goal is to be intentional. The goal is progress. Habit number 2. This is the habit that was slowly stealing away from me. The absence of structure. The absence of morning routine. I would just wake up, prepare for my kids, and after I'm done preparing for them, and when they left for school, I would crawl back into the bed and sleep. And by the time the day is passed, I would ask myself, what did I really do today? And the honest answer was almost nothing. I didn't want to become that kind of woman. I wanted to become a woman with a purpose. So I made a decision, and this is how my morning now looks like. I wake up at 5:30. I'm embracing the stillness of the morning. And after that, I try to exercise for at least 15 to 20 minutes. The goal is to be active, because when you wake up and you exercise, you are refreshing your body, you are refreshing your mind, and you are setting the tone for the day. Exercising is not about doing an intensive workout. It's just about moving your body, having a 10 minutes walk, and you really see the fruit of doing that. At 6 o'clock, I prepare for my kids, and by the time they leave, I no longer go back to the bed. I try to do something purposeful. Sometimes I would plan for the day. I would plan what are my plans, and sometimes I invest in this beautiful channel. I know that sometimes life is unpredictable. There are some things that are beyond our control, and you cannot exercise every day, but the goal is to be intentional. Those days where you can, you have to really get up and do it. And I've seen that these habits, they are really transforming my life. And I want to tell you that if you feel like you also don't have you don't have a structure or a morning routine, try by doing one thing for 30 days. You will really see that you are getting used to the habits. Habit number 3. This is the habit that most of the ladies, they quietly struggle with. And we barely speak about this. A deep lack of confidence. There was a season where I had no confidence. I could not believe in my voice. I would shrink before the world, and I would remain quiet in conversations that required my voice. I would hold back and second guess myself. But God does not call us to shrink. He invites us to rise. He wants us to rise. Let's reflect on Proverbs 31. It says of a virtuous woman, she opens her mouth with wisdom, and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue. And you know, when you want to have wisdom, you first have to invest in wisdom. You first have to learn. You first have to become a student. So I made 2 commitments for myself. And commitment number 1, I bought books. I started reading. Now I buy books that focuses on self-development, books that focuses on faith, books that focuses on communication as I'm building confidence in myself and in public speaking. I started buying books that focuses on the lives of people that I admire. People like Joyce Meyer. If you read one of her books, you are going to become inspired. And if you've been wanting to read books, I want to tell you that just start by buying one book or read one book per month. You are going to see the change. And the commitment number 2. This commitment shocked me. And I knew that if I wanted to become confident in my voice, I had to use my voice. So I started this YouTube channel of becoming a 31 Proverb woman, becoming confident in my voice, becoming that woman who articulate her thoughts, her ideas clearly. I know that it's not going to be an easy journey, but I know that on the side of fear, there's a woman who is becoming the best version of herself. So I want to tell you that if you've been putting something aside because you feel that you're not ready, you have not invested enough, you don't have enough knowledge, or you don't know where to start, I want to tell you that just start. Confidence is a muscle. It is built by actually doing the thing. You have the gift and you have to use it. And habit number 4. This is the habit that most people underestimate, but it is very important. Positive affirmation. And when people hear the word affirmation, they think it is too self-help or it is trending. But beloved sisters, beloved souls, affirmations are deeply, deeply biblical. And you know what? If God made us in His own image, we have the authority, we have the power to declare the goodness before they manifest or they come to life. And God honors a mouth that speaks goodness. So positive affirmations, they are very important. They are therapeutic to you, to us as people. There was a season where the words I said about myself, they were very devastating. Words like, I'm not enough. Is there anything for me in this life? I used to doubt myself. Now I look at myself in the mirror and I say that I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am beautiful in my own image. And God made me the way I am for a good reason and for a purpose. I am who I am because God made me like this. And these are the affirmations that you can speak upon yourself upon your kids. Philippians 4 verse 13, it says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Romans 12 verse 2, it says, I am being transformed by the renewing of my mind. You can say also things like, my home is a place of peace, love, and joy. I am exactly the mother of my children. And my children, they are very privileged to have a mother like me. And habit number 5. Sometimes kids, they don't usually come to you and say, Mommy, I feel distance from you. Mommy, I want this. Mommy, I want that. Sometimes they express themselves by behavior, by throwing attitude. But because we are living in a fast-paced world where we are busy and we are caught up with work, with life, and we forget that we need to connect with our children. We need to have time with our children. So each and every day, every night, I read with my children. I read books that are engaging, age appropriate, and we also take turns. My kid is 6-year-old, and the youngest is 2 years. So we take turns with my kid. Sometimes he tells me about his stories, about what he's thinking. And this is another way of boosting confidence in our children. Now my kid knows that he can tell me anything, how he feels, what he wants, what he doesn't want. And the bond is becoming more stronger and stronger. So if you feel that you haven't started this habit with your kids, I highly encourage you to do this habit. You'll begin to see that the bond between you and your children, they are becoming more strong. Now, let me bring this together. These habits that I shared with you, they don't require you to be a supernatural woman. They are not expensive, they are not extraordinary. You just need to make up your mind to tell yourself that I'm going to become a purposeful woman. I'm going to become the best mom for my kids. I'm going to become a woman who has morning routines. I'm going to become a woman who speaks with intention. I'm going to become a woman who controls her tongue. I'm going to become a woman who speaks positive affirmations about myself. And if you feel that this video resonates with you and you know that there's a habit that you want to work on, or any habit that you wish another woman can also hear, I would love for you to subscribe, comment, share this video so that it reaches to other women now also in this beautiful journey of becoming. Thank you so much for watching my video. I will see you in the next video. God bless you. Bye.